Hello! Today's stories come from r/survivingInfidelity. We've got one story today, but with multiple updates and a final update. The story is, caught my wife, 29-year-old female, cheating on me, 29-year-old male, again after a year. Why do I question my own sanity? Hello everyone, this is my first post here and I just wanted to share, gather some opinions, and vent since I have no other channel available to me right now that gives me this opportunity, so I really appreciate every single one of you who decides to read and share their honest thoughts from an outside perspective. Background. I'm a 29-year-old male and my wife is 29 years as well. We have two beautiful girls under 4 years old. Bear in mind my wife suffers from depression. At one point, was hospitalized and was diagnosed as being suicidal. She takes medication, or at least should be taking medication as instructed. Now the story. I caught my wife having an affair back in December 2020. I didn't find out until a month later, January 2022, when my 2-year-old daughter gave me my wife's cell phone since it was out in the open in the living room. The lights popped up due to an incoming text message. The moment I got the phone, I noticed the text message said, "I love you." I recognized the name, it was a close friend of hers, and my heart dropped. Not from that message alone, but the messages that were exchanged before. I was filled with anger, shock, disappointment, and darkness. I couldn't believe I was experiencing what I consider a nightmare. When I confronted my wife with her phone, I asked her, "What is this? What is going on?" I kid you not, the first thing that comes out of her mouth is, "Why are you even looking at my phone?" From there, I was even more angry than before. Could not believe what came out of her mouth. She didn't feel sorry until further down our conversation. However, now that I think about it, her sorry wasn't sincere, the fact that I had to dig it out of her. Even then, it's not how I would act at all if I was in her position. Anyhow, she tells me her side of the story and confirms she got physical with this guy on multiple occasions. She emphasized that she was super depressed, wasn't happy at the house, and that I wasn't giving what she needed, nor was I truly listening to her for a while. In general, she tried to play the victim and blame me for her actions. Of course, I did not know how to react, knowing what I know now, so I took the blame like a fool. I literally blame myself for her cheating. Devastation and heartbreaking doesn't come close to how I felt and how I feel now just thinking about it. I do not wish this type of behavior on anyone. Fast forward, 1 month later, I decided that I wanted to continue our relationship and try to reconcile, but the only way for it to work was for her to break the affair and block this guy from all forms of social media outlets, messaging apps, etc. Literally erase this homewrecker from our family. She did that, and I was there when she made the phone call and blocking him on all social media outlets. A year passes, and while we had some rocky moments, I felt like things were getting better. We continued to see a couples therapist once a week, and that lasted for 6 to 7 months. We ended the sessions thinking we no longer needed them and continued to practice what we gathered from the sessions. It's now February 2022, on a Saturday morning. I wake up at 5:30 a.m. to feed our cat. I go back to our bedroom and noticed her phone was out next to her. I simply wanted to close the phone and get back to sleep, but noticed it was the affair partner's username. I could not believe what I saw. I paused for a moment thinking this was all but a nightmare. I didn't scroll through the messages because that was more than enough for me. Everything that I thought ended a year ago all came back flashing before my eyes. This time, I was calm, collective, and didn't shout or scream in anger like I did the first time. I woke her up and asked, "Who is this? What's going on?" She didn't say a word for 5 to 10 minutes. It was complete silence. She then proceeds to explain that once again, she wasn't happy, felt depressed, and didn't really stop having feelings for this guy. However, he only reached out to check up on me to make sure I was alive. At that point, I just couldn't trust what she said at all. The second chance, the little trust I still had for her, spat right back into my face. From there, she didn't apologize right off the bat. She tried to play the victim, justifying why she did what she did, and that it was my fault for thinking we didn't need to continue couples therapy after the 6 to 7 months. I took a walk outside for 30 minutes, came back and said, "I want a divorce. I can't continue punishing myself even though I still love you." Ever since then, I've continued to question myself. My self-esteem has never been this damaged before in my entire life. I believe marriage is sacred because I was raised with that mindset. So now, we are in the process of getting a lawyer to prepare for the divorce process. I'm still trying to process everything, speaking with my friends for support and so on. Once we were divorced, I planned to tell her family why we divorced rather than her trying to hide the truth. But what do you guys think? Should I? I feel like I should to ensure they don't believe any lies that may come out of her mouth to suit her own agenda. Lastly, 1. Why do cheaters like to play victim the moment they are caught? 2. Why do cheaters blame the betrayed spouse? 3. Why do I question my own sanity when I'm not the one who cheated? Again, thank you so much for everyone that took the time to read and share their thoughts. I hope everyone that has moved on is at a better mental state and is with someone who truly cares and respects you no matter how things unfold. That was part 1. Let's see how this unfolds. It's always more complicated with kids involved, and I'm super curious to see what OP ends up doing in terms of telling the family. On to the first update. Anyways, where do I even begin with this update? So, as many of you have stated, the cheating will most likely never stop. I have confirmed this earlier today that she is still in communication with the affair partner because she stated she had checked out of the relationship a year ago and that it's your fault for not trying harder. The blame me game continues, and I'm not surprised at all at anything going forward. Mind you, this affair partner is a straight up bum, and the worst part is that he doesn't even like children. My soon-to-be ex is literally giving up her entire family for the sake of this guy who she barely knows because he listened to her. I've also decided to tell most of our family on both sides about the situation. Let's just say they are completely devastated and heartbroken for me and the kids. My mother-in-law still wants to support me and the kids, which was really heartwarming. Needless to say, my wife was not happy about it, and honestly, I don't give a crap. Why should I? Moving forward, I stated I wanted full custody of the kids. What shocked me the most was the fact that she said she would give me full custody of the kids because she was tired and mentally drained because I want to be happy with this guy. Speechless, completely speechless. She sent this to me via text, so I wanted to ask everyone out there if this is enough to gain full custody in court, the fact that it's written, or would I need a legal signature for that? Or is it more complicated than that? It's very upsetting, sad, dreadful, dark, and overall a nightmare. I feel bad for my 2 girls more than myself. They love their mom, but she obviously does not love them as much as she claims to. I am basically the primary parent that takes care of them every single day while she bums it out at home, locked up in our bedroom working and flirting with her affair partner. Note, affair partner is single, has no wife or kids. So he has nothing to lose other than he will be the next person dealing with her crap. I can keep going, but that's basically the gist of it. I can't wait to get this situation dealt with and her out of the house since our lease is until June 2022. Thanks again, everyone, and I'll most likely update this post over time as things progress. I really hope everything pans out the way I want it to be. 1, having full custody of the kids, and 2, getting child support from this cheating reptile. Okay, so apparently not as complicated as I thought. What the heck? Those poor kids. OP is a stand-up guy and a great dad for putting his daughter's feelings ahead of his own. They're definitely lucky to have him. It seems like his soon-to-be ex's abandonment of her daughters removed any doubt in his mind as to the type of person she really is. And it doesn't end, there's more to come. Update number 3. Wife left me and my 2 daughters for her affair partner. I need to vent because I am all over the place emotionally and mentally. In short, my wife left me and my 2 daughters, who are both under 4 years old, without saying goodbye, leaving a note, a text, or even calling. I noticed that when I went into our bedroom, her luggage was gone and she took money out of our joint account to purchase a plane ticket to where her affair partner lives. At this point, I'm over what she did to me, but to leave your 2 children just like that, not saying a single word, a note, nothing? I did manage to get a hold of her via text, but she said that she didn't want to do anything with the kids because of me, and that she wanted to be happy. She was tired, mentally, of the life she was living. She disrespected our children like they were just complete trash. Of course, I kept my anger to myself so I can be strong for my 2 kids who need me more than ever. I love them both and would never leave them like that, ever. The fact that my wife blames me for everything is astonishing. I will continue to be the best father I can be and help them grow to not be like their mom or ever do this to someone in the future. Anyways, I already have a lawyer for a set date to get this divorce and custody handled. I want to make sure that she has 0 rights of visitation and doesn't get near my kids ever again. She has no right to just dip into their lives whenever she finds it convenient. I hate these types of people and just wanted to express this here. Thank you. Okay, so OP provided a few updates in the comments, and I'm going to share them here. OP, I got everything screenshotted and saved a backup of each copy just in case anything happens. Either way, I have tons of ammo that I will supply my attorney with. This should be easy because I have her stated via text that she doesn't want anything to do with the kids, not even visitations. As if visitations was even going to be considered for this crap show of a performance. My kids are not some kind of trophy she can come back to and think everything is okay. I will make sure my kids do not grow up like their mother. OP also responded to someone's comment warning him about her potentially coming back with a sob story. He said this: "The most ironic part about this is that she said a similar story with her previous relationship, which was technically still ongoing at the time we were talking and having feelings for one another. She literally repeats her poisonous behavior, but now she has 2 kids that she's willing to abandon because she's in love? However, thank you so much for your kind words. Every comment here matters to me and helps me heal honestly." OP goes on to say, "Taking her back is me basically trying to traumatize my children and highly disrespectful. She is definitely never going to be taken back or get near my kids again. She threw away her rights as a parent the moment she left without a word." Wow, this woman is such a piece of work. Let's move on to the 4th update. "I'm sorry I did this to you," instead of "I'm sorry for having this affair." "I'm sorry I did this to you. I cheated because I wasn't happy in the relationship. I checked out. You should have seen this coming a year ago. It's all your fault I cheated. If you treated me better, we wouldn't be here." All of these quotes are exactly what my wife told me to the T. I'm still so upset, utterly disgusted, betrayed, heartbroken, angry, confused, and seeing myself in the mirror in a completely different way ever since my soon-to-be ex-wife cheated on me. Zero remorse, zero empathy, zero care. It's insane how cheaters will convince and surround themselves with friends that only fuel her own cancerous behavior, thinking cheating was the only way to get out of a relationship that she was unhappy with. Screw being an adult and simply having a discussion about it, right? Healing is going to take a long time for me, but I just feel so many emotions to the point where I have major anxiety nowadays. I can't wait for the divorce to be completed, but also it's sad to see the person you thought you knew finally decides to show their true colors deep down and blaming you for absolutely everything bad that has affected their lives and their life only. OP is definitely making the right call protecting his daughters from this woman. She takes absolutely no accountability for her actions and repeats the pattern over and over and over again. I have to say, though, it's really not that surprising that cheaters surround themselves with people that feed into their delusions. Reinforcing their version of reality goes hand in hand with taking zero accountability. And now for the 5th update. Wife, 29-year-old female, blames me, 29-year-old male, for her affair. Her friend circle encourages her that it was okay because I was emotionally abusive, yet leaves me to take care of our 2 kids. What am I missing here? So, my wife cheated on me twice with the same affair partner who lives in a different state because I was emotionally abusive, never gave examples except that she didn't like it when I sometimes would yell during our arguments. Wasn't really there to listen, not saying she's completely wrong. I admit I haven't been the best listener in a while ever since we had 2 kids. On top of that, I have a full-time job, watch and play with them, clean the house, laundry, etc. All the normal chores you would expect to do on a weekly basis. The affair partner and her circle of friends have stated that what she did was right and that she had no choice but to leave the house and the kids for the sake of her safety. What am I missing here? How does her leaving the kids to me, the abuser, make any sense? This woman really damaged how I think and process things in my mind now. On top of that, she has been drinking excessively, not taking her depression meds as she should, etc. Let me just express that I love my 2 kids so much and have never abused anyone. I am far from violent and have continued to take care of them like every other day before my wife abandoned the family. Although I work a full-time remote job, I still watch and spend time with my 2 kids all day. I then proceed to do all the normal household chores, laundry, dishes, cleaning, etc. Anyhow, don't worry, divorce is already in progress in child custody for those that are wondering. Legally speaking, things are in motion as they should since last week. The thing that has been bothering me, aside from the kids aspect, is the fact that my soon-to-be ex-wife is making these ridiculous claims and reasons to justify her actions. Behind that, her affair and friend circle are really saying this is all okay and it's powerful of her to leave a toxic husband with her 2 kids under 4 years old. I don't know anymore. My mind is screwed up. But all I know is that I need to be there for my 2 kids and will continue to do so while my wife is out of the house doing all the fun things she supposedly misses. But hey, apparently she loves our kids. Such BS from a selfish woman who can't handle adulting. Mental health issues should be taken seriously. But the fact that she defaults to that as her rationale for her behavior and then turns around and abandons her children is entirely inexcusable in my opinion. And now, somehow OP is the toxic one? I don't think so. And now, for the final update. Wife who left husband and kids for affair partner is now worried over divorce agreement because of the financial hit she will take. Hey everybody, so my cheating wife who left me and our 2 daughters to be with her affair partner is now having a panic attack over the divorce agreement because she won't be able to afford anything due to child support and debt under her name only that I was helping her pay for during our marriage since I do make more than she does. She texted me saying that I was trying to ruin her as much as I could. The fact that she's more upset over the inevitable financial burden that she'll get hit with, rather than the fact that she left her 2 kids and betrayed her spouse twice, I'm speechless. She has an X amount of days to sign the agreement, or else she will need to lawyer up if she's not happy, according to my attorney. Just wanted to share a small update since my last post was posted 2 weeks ago. Thanks again for everyone's support. Me and the girls are doing just fine so far. I'm just happy that I can be that sane, loving parent they can rely on for the rest of their lives. OP had a few more updates in the comments. She's trying to make me feel guilty moving forward, but I'm no longer that person to fall for such lies anymore. Also, she really had the audacity to say that she shouldn't be paying a lot of child support because 1, I make more money than she does, 2, she needs money to live. Just unbelievable. Complete nonsense. But thank you and everyone for their best wishes. I'll give another update soon as it's completed and/or spouse tries to come back. OP's final comment. I know her affair partner will play the good boy by paying for her as much as he can now, but later we'll get tired of it real fast. I don't know what her long-term plan was because this was some teenage BS. Anyways, I'm mentally trying to prepare if she does end up trying to say sorry and hope everything will be back to normal, which it never will, even though I wish things were never this way. Wow, what a story that was. This woman should not have had children. Thank goodness she had kids with a guy who will be an amazing father to these 2 girls. OP clearly puts his girls first since most of the updates are focused on the impact to them. Unfortunately, no matter how great a dad he is, it'll never make up for the fact that their mother is scum and abandoned them. That hole will remain in their hearts forever. She cares more about money than she does about her own kids. Can't sweep that crap under the rug. This woman is going to destroy everything in her path. Good riddance. If you've enjoyed the story and would like to hear more, consider liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment. Thanks, and bye for now.